Hello and welcome to another bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. Primeau got his first starting goal against the New Jersey Devils. It's a very unique situation with the Canadiens having three goaltenders on their roster. Primeau's kind of stuck in this limbo situation where they can't really send him down to the Laval Rocket because they don't want anyone to snatch him off waivers. What's sort of your thoughts on the goaltending situation and how do you see it developing throughout the season? Jack, let's start with you.
My thought on the goaltending situation is that Sam Montembeault had better wake up. He's not been sharp. He hasn't been awful, but the other two guys have been very good, Jake Allen in particular. But Primeau was, there's been several times I thought the organization had given up on him, but he was pretty good last night. And he's already got one of the highlights of the season, the save that he had last night. That was spectacular. I mean, a standing ovation for a save. Imagine getting that in Toronto. That would never happen. They can't stand. No, sorry. I really think of the three, he's the one that he needs a strong game his next outing, put it that way. I don't see him going that way, the way things are now, but if it continues right now, based on performance to date, he's the weakest of the three.
For me, I don't think management, moving forward has, plans for him to be part of the organization. I think that they're trying to give him some games, hoping that he plays really well to make him attractive, to draw some attention, to maybe make a trade. But I don't foresee them for an extended period of time keeping three goalies. I think it's not a healthy scenario. And I'm not sure that Primeau is the go-to guy in the event of them struggling in the nets. So that being said, I think their hands are tied to a certain degree that they're going to have to try and find a way to get him up, get him playing, get what the most you can get from him. And obviously they can't trade him if he's not playing. So give him some time, hope that he does well. And I think the future is not necessarily him in it.
Yeah, it's a tough situation with three goalies. It's never easy. The third goalie always mentally, it must mess with you a little bit, right? I know I read a few articles talking about how tough it's been for Primeau so far this season. I feel like it's been extra tough for the fact that they only had 4 games in the first 2 weeks. Now they've got 5 games in a span of 8 days, so there should be starts for all 3 goaltenders in there to get them into game action. I was really impressed with Primeau against New Jersey. I thought it was the strongest NHL start that he's had. He didn't look like he had that deer in the headlights look the whole game, which has been a problem for him in the NHL. He didn't look behind the play. He was battling really hard. But one of these 3 guys is going to be moved, I would guess, within a month. It's just going to be, is it going to be somebody who proves themselves as not important to the team, or is it going to be somebody who gets really hot and then another team wants to pick them up? I think it's probably the latter. So in my mind, it could be either Montembeault or Primeau. I don't think the Canadiens are actually married to either. Like, I don't think they have the goaltender of the future at that NHL level right now. I think that's Jacob Fowler.
If I'm Kent Hughes, I'm happiest when I see Edmonton calling on my speed dial, If there's a team that needs a goaltender, they could use about 5 out there. So.
Okay, so Andrew, you said you think this will be sorted with by a month. Rick and Jack, tell me, what is your timeline? When do you think this team will eventually have 2 goaltenders? When do they have to make a decision?
Well, I don't think they have to. They want to in the best interest of the group and Primeau. And the only way that they can really maximize this scenario is find a way to get this kid to play some games and do well. And then that will determine the timeline and whether or not he'll attract anybody on the trade side. That's just my personal opinion.
The one thing we know about Kent Hughes is he's patient.
Yep.
If he doesn't have a deal that he likes, it's not going to happen. So I'm sure he also communicates well. I'm sure he's told Primeau or maybe all of his goalies that that's the situation. No one's going anywhere until I'm happy with the deal. So if it's a little awkward for now, it's worth it in the end when he gets the deal he wants. And man, has he pulled off some deals by being patient and waiting so far.
All right, well, let us know what you think. What do you think of the Montreal Canadiens goaltending situation? When do you think it would be resolved? What would you do if you were Kent Hughes? Would you be as patient as he is? Leave us your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure to check out Hockey Inside Out for all your Habs content.